The woman that lost everything to censorship. If you know me, you know how much I hate censorship. So let's get into this one. This ought to be interesting.
Necessary cover-ups are directly correlated to the stalemate that her character
Hang
called her
on.
body proportion. Rouge's consistent reduction to her body proportions and unnecessary cover-ups are directly correlated to the
crazy. Can we just look at the D progression? It's so flippin' weird. I'm not gonna lie. Before the video starts, hear me out. Let me just do one quick thing. So I feel like he'll probably cover it, but actually no, never mind.
Stalemate that her character currently finds itself in.
Yeah.
From Seductress of the Night to Co-worker of the Day.
What the?
Her assets were the foundation of her character and helped establish the role she played so well as soon as she hit the scene. Until they didn't.
What happened?
It's time to address the problem with this bat's wardrobe-induced identity crisis.
Yeah.
Rouge the Bat was introduced to fans back in the summer of 2001 with the release of Sonic Adventure 2 for the Sega
Fire
Dreamcast.
game. Loved
Both
it.
her and co-star Shadow the Hedgehog gave players something to look forward to, as these two were the newest additions into the lore.
So good.
Spurring up questions and theories about who they were and what their allegiance to Dr. Eggman was.
So good.
Their designs were striking.
Here. Let me pause it a bit to say this. Bro, when I first got this game, it was 2002 and I was a kid, right? And this is how Rouge the Bat looked. On the right here. That's exactly how she looked. It was, and everybody said, oh man, she looks hot, da 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 da. And then we saw Shadow, oh man, he looks cool. It was perfect. It was fine. Everybody was happy. And this is around the time when Sonic was considered more of a game that was going to be around the Jak 2, Jak 3 era, or Ratchet and Clank era. And for whatever reason, Sonic then got lumped into the Mario, Kirby, Roblox, Minecraft, like more babyish kind of games. And everything got nerfed. I don't know, because the themes were getting so mature. Like, think about it. You never saw another character die in the Sonic franchise like Maria did after this. The stakes never got that high again. It never got that intense as a story again. It didn't get more mature. It just got more regressed to more like a youth demographic. And so it nerfed the entire thing and just made it more like babycore, which sucks.
With personality seemingly coming alive through clothes, or lack thereof, facial expressions, and posturing.
It was so cool.
Following the tradition of the Sonic series, our double-winged Senora was created to be this series' representation of the traditionally nocturnal animals. Obviously. But reports have shown that Rouge closely relates to specifically the Honduran white bat or the northern ghost bat. Real-life animals that are native to regions in the Central and South Americas. In particular, northern ghost bats have the yellow pigmented ears and typically larger breast areas when compared to their Honduran counterparts. But what's important is how this all translates over to Rouge's design philosophy.
How?
Originally being based off of real-life celebrities like Jennifer Lopez in movies such as Out of Sight and Blood of Wine, fictional characters such as Carmen Sandiego, and other historical depictions of the femme fatale archetype, Rouge the Bat—
I thought she was mostly based off of Catwoman, I'm not gonna lie.
Bat is meant to embody this, usually, curvaceous Latin American woman with a penchant for danger and the ability to enchant men as a means to get the job done.
That's why Shadow likes her. That's why Shadow hung out with her so much. The Latino fix was real.
The unsuspecting woman with an alluring or magnetic voice and hard-to-miss assets that no men would expect to have ulterior motives, getting in and out before they can know whatever hit them. She leans into this same idea as early as her debut game. Eggman and Shadow ask little to no questions about how the Bat was able to sneak her way onto the Ark.
No, they don't.
As the only thing they see is someone that has a means to their end goal.
Exactly.
It's a blink and you'll miss it moment, but Rouge even straight up tells them that her looks are often the reason why misconceptions are formed about her.
Exactly.
Something that gets proven in the very next scene by an Eggman whose tone insinuates he still doesn't believe her to be the treasure hunter she claims to be. While this could be chalked up to the Doctor's skepticism of her true identity, he's now been in 3 different scenarios with her where the conversation topic is around stealing jewels. But Rouge has only shown herself to be capable in one, back on the Ark when she handed over the Blue Emerald. As someone who finds himself in a world where things just happen, it's easy to see why he'd be cautious of her abilities to steal, rather than who she actually is.
I don't blame Dr. Eggman for doing that, because she literally was that femme fatale of a character. That's why everything worked so well.
He is a man that respects the destination, not the journey, of course. Back to the flying mammal, though, the separate costumes that appeared in this game's multiplayer mode spoke volumes about how the developers—
Whoa! Bro, see? Censored! I didn't even know Rouge had this outfit. Or this outfit. Or a hat. Oh my gosh. Oh my. You censored me? Because I live in North America? I got censored? What the fuck? Oh my, I'm not a baby, bro. Let me have my content. I paid for it. That's insane.
Afraid to have more adventurous and risque outfits for their female characters.
Wow.
Granted, Rouge is only one of 2 people to this day that has been quoted as 18 or older,
yeah.
So it should probably stay that way, but we'll tackle more on that hard-to-swallow topic later.
Okay.
Everything after Sonic Adventure 2 would see flip-flops between how she's dressed, usually as an attempt to draw attention away from how the Bat first appeared. Some had adverse effects to what the developers probably wanted, others were questionable.
Wait, go back.
Some had adverse effects to what the
supposed to be make her less sexy but fails. Yeah, it
the developers
didn't work
wanted,
in Sonic Heroes.
Others were questionable.
Supposed to make her less sexy and succeeds, in my opinion. Which game was this one?
Consistent with the design to begin with,
right.
But slowly and surely people began to take notice of the bigger picture.
What?
Costume, skin tone, body proportion, and voice direction.
Oh yeah, they changed in the animation. The animation for sure. That's yeah. Oh no, yeah. They nerfed her in the animation.
Factors that she came into the world of Sonic the Hedgehog with were being stripped away until Rouge was a husk of her former self.
Oh, 100%.
One would be hard-pressed to say that in a series like this, the way these characters are designed and the clothes they wear have nothing to do with their personalities and first impressions.
That's not true.
You know that Cream is one of the younger cast members due to her height and dress style.
Yeah, for sure.
Silver's bangles around his wrist and legs, along with his shoe structure, are a dead giveaway that there's advancements in his future that Sonic's style hasn't seen yet.
That is futuristic, yeah.
And a dark furred Shadow that has red streaks.
Bro, everyone's outfit in Sonic represents who they are as a person. Let's just call it what it is. From Big the Cat to Amy Rose to Cream the Rabbit to Shadow to Knuckle, like all of them. All of them.
Allude that his cool demeanor is not exactly exempt from showcasing bouts of anger.
Exactly.
Much like a certain fiery echidna we know.
Yeah, see?
When it comes to Rouge, however, she's the only character that's undergone changes to her everyday outfit and body type, ultimately leading to a misunderstanding of her overall importance in the history of the Sonic franchise is for newcomers.
Yeah.
But let's stop beating around the bush. The covering above and elimination of her once larger breast, subtraction of hips, and additional clothing lengths detract from the initial vision of Rouge the Bat. A capable fighter and spy who utilizes her brain and deductive reasoning to get jobs done, while still self-acknowledging that the assets she was born with are a great tool to use at her disposal.
Oh, for sure.
All the while not purposely bringing attention to them, since that would only serve to ruin what she sets out to do.
Yeah.
And how many times in media have you seen where a group uses their hottest chick to distract the bad guy, only for said bad guy to quickly catch on and bust whatever operation the protagonist had going?
That happens a lot.
It's a classic case of trying too hard and getting nothing, versus not trying at all and somehow succeeding.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
When you take away the things that make the femme fatale femme, in this case, you take away what the original point of the archetype was.
And I still don't get why. I still don't get why they did that too. It was totally fine. Everybody I knew especially back in the day, and I was a kid, bro, and no one thought twice about it. No one cared. I don't know. Yeah, I hate censorship so much.
Remember when I said earlier that we'd have to tackle a hard conversation?
Go for it.
Yeah, this is it, so I'll try my best to do it as gracefully as possible.
Alright, do it.
Back during her debut, Rouge could have easily possessed any build her creators wanted.
Yeah.
And what they wanted just so happened to be an age-old depiction of a woman that's seductive, cunning, curvaceous, and always has a plan no matter what.
Yep.
Was Rouge the product of Hollywood's late 90s to early 2000s model example of popular Latin American actresses?
Yeah.
1000%.
Yeah.
However, for players engaging with Sonic Adventure 2 for the first time, they saw a mysterious new individual that was able to rival the burliest member of Team Sonic.
Exactly, and it was great.
Her extra assets were of no less importance, yet still secondary to the badassery she exuded.
Yeah.
So, what happened after this?
I have no idea.
The Sonic series has had a problem with the homogenization of all their characters, but namely female heroes in this instance.
That's so true!
Most of them have similar body types, skin tones, etc.
That's so true.
Typically resulting in petite waists.
Alright. By skin tone, I mean they have similar muzzle colors. Oh, yeah, but generally, like, so do the guys, if you think about it.
Maybe being shorter than most of their male counterparts, and soft
like, dude,
spoken.
one last thing. This is the reason why, even in my, like, shorts on my main channel, it's why I don't ever animate anything with Sonic, or I don't animate anything with Mario anymore either. And it's mostly because, I don't want a child audience. Because I make more mature content. I make content that I would like, and it's like content that inspired me from like shows like Robot Chicken and etc. So I don't want to make like stuff for kids because I wouldn't even watch that. Me personally speaking. So that's why I never draw Mario, Sonic, like Minecraft anymore, like anything like that. It was fun in the beginning, like because I had a couple ideas for it, but like, yeah, that's one of the reasons for sure.
This, ironically, leads to a complete lack of diversity and representation within this franchise.
100%.
Women naturally come in all sorts of shapes, sizes, and pigments.
Yep.
So when you bit by bit take away those tangible evidence factors, your characters start to meld together into this amalgamation of sameness.
Yeah.
Especially when members of that older cast have colorways similar to one another.
Oh yeah, true.
Sure, their personalities can break through this mold you've now put them into, but when those same attributes have been watered down immensely over the past decade plus, how are people new to things around here supposed to believe that there's any real difference between these characters?
Exactly.
Arguments can and have been made that the Sonic franchise is a kid's one, and
Yeah.
therefore shouldn't focus on the over-sexualization of its characters.
But it's not! It was moving in a direction for teenagers. It was literally becoming like Jak 2. That's what made it perfect. That's why the Shadow the Hedgehog, the game, was so edgy. It was supposed to be more for teenagers. It wasn't supposed to be for kids. That's why the themes were like Maria died and the whole thing with the Eclipse Cannon and like wiping out destroying the Earth, everything like that. It was having more mature theme. Do you think they have that in a Mario game? Where another princess would die in a Mario game and half the planet gets destroyed, blown up? That's not happening in Mario. That's not happening in Kirby. That's not happening in anything like core Nintendo. I loved where Sonic was going in early 2000s, and then they scrapped it to try and like fit the mold to be a part of like the Nintendo family, even though Nintendo would never accept Sonic like that. It's so disappointing, man. They could have had it all.
I agree with this take. It's why things like Amy having panty flashes from her stage complete animation from Sonic Adventure 1, or running animation from both adventure games showing said panties is no longer a thing in newer titles where she's playable.
Okay.
Blaze being a royal princess and covered in garbs, having floofy cuffs on her wrists or ankles, and wearing heels also makes sense.
Yeah.
What does not make sense, however, is thinking that a woman having a more voluptuous body that can't always be 100% covered due to said fullness is inherently sexual.
It's weird.
Should full body designs like the one found in Sonic Prime...
Wow! What the flip is that? What is that? Her Sonic Prime outfit is... Oh my gosh. I don't like that. Holy crap. At this point, just wear snow pants.
For a character like Rouge, then that's a dog I'd have to take out of the fight.
Yeah.
However, seeing as they've gone back to the regular outfit, but...
2019, 2022, 3 years apart. Okay, yeah, they just like keep removing like... They just keep like removing her curves, like curvaceous figure, and making her like more censored.
And moving the heart-shaped chest guard further up to mask her assets.
Yeah.
I can't help but wonder why the approach of a suit like Heroes' wasn't implemented again. Where Primes is ugly and destroys Rouge's identity as the Femme Fatale, the suit from Heroes is tasteful and honestly preferable to a lot of people.
Yeah.
It leaves just enough to the imagination and satisfies the heartthrob/deadly spy combo. All in all, though, it's obvious to me that the scaling back that has been done with Rouge has dampened the believability that she's a government agent that takes on tasks no one else can. And it's all thanks to her lack of a figure.
Exactly.
I will say, however, that while the traditional femme fatale is typically on the curvier side, this archetype has thankfully grown to include a multitude of builds and appearances for women. Rina Sawayama's character, Akira, in John Wick Chapter 4. Dahlia Hawthorne from Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations. And even sirens from Greek mythology came in various formations. The thing that has people so upset when it comes to the Bat, though, is that she didn't start out this way.
Exactly, that's literally what I was about to... Wow. I was literally 3.2 seconds away from just saying that, blurting that out. Because that's so true. Rouge did not start out that way, though. She didn't start out like thin build. She had a curvaceous figure, and it suited the femme fatale look, similar to a black woman, similar to a black woman, similar to Black Cat, Catwoman. I'm so flustered. Similar to Catwoman, similar to what's her face from the Avengers. Like, it was supposed to be like this cool femme fatale seductive like look, and then they just kind of like scrapped the whole thing. And now it's just kind of weird because it feels like, oh well, they're drawing back because for whatever reason Sonic is now more kid friendly than ever. Yeah, and it always was, but the Adventure series was different. But now things are going in a different direction.
and the countless refreshes that she's been going through have stripped away what people knew her initial design to lean into.
Exactly.
Her voice is currently something I'm not too much of a fan of.
Really?
One, because the VA is racist and transphobic.
Okay. Because it really disturbs me how and even. Wow. I mean, this doesn't really bother me. I'm not gonna lie, because to each his own. Legit to each his own. This does not bother me, but I'm more concerned about you nerfing my character and you censoring games and you making it like less cool.
And two, her Rouge voice isn't the best.
Oh, let's hear it.
It's gotten better, but still nowhere near what it should sound like, in my opinion.
Okay, fair enough.
I also very quickly want to tap back into the whole skin tone thing, because Rouge, Knuckles, and Shadow have lost most of their muzzle pigment, and it's like, what the hell?
Oh, they did! Yeah.
The 3D render debate. This is my render debate, because every one of these characters are so obviously coded to be more ethnic than characters like a Sonic or Amy.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
To see all that disappear in what feels like almost instantly puts a bad taste in my mouth. But
I wasn't even thinking about. I didn't even stop to think about that. I didn't even think about it. Maybe because it came out so long ago. I didn't think about that. But I will say I like the fact when the muzzles have different colors. Because remember, everyone's a different animal and everyone's like from a different region. Sure, the hedgehogs are, but Shadow should naturally be darker because his fur is darker. Knuckles could be like that because, like, you know, he's up in the sky on Emerald Island. And Rouge is like supposed to be like based off a Latino movement. So yeah, bro, make it a little more brown, man. Like, like, yeah, that's fine. But I didn't even stop to think about that. I'm not gonna lie. Me personally, I would have just left it the same way it was in 2 Battle.
If you disagree, that's okay. You're wrong. But it's okay to be that sometimes.
No, I agree. Keep it the way it was.
Consistent reduction to her body proportions and unnecessary coverage.
Oh, my Shayla. Bro, they kept nerfing her until... Oh my gosh, she's terrible now.
Are directly correlated to the stalemate that her character currently finds itself in.
Yeah.
We know who she is and what she does, but it doesn't exactly feel like she does those things.
Yeah.
She's become less Kiss and more Tell, which is a disservice to what made her unique persona appealing to fans over 20 years ago.
Super nerfed.
But maybe this is a non-issue, that I'm exaggerating.
No, it's a fair issue because... It's a fair issue in my opinion.
The censorship of Rouge's body has ruined her identity? Or
yes.
Was it time for a change?
No. Dude, I think the censorship of Rouge's body nerfed the hell out of her. The hell out of her. It nerfed her to the ground, and I can tell you exactly why. Because that's not what she is supposed to be like. She's supposed to be this cool, seductive femme fatale that everybody thought was awesome. But it's not like she was like flaunted in your face. Like, it's not like she's like shoving her tits in your face. It's just that she was curvaceous, and that was just a part of her charm as a character, who is a femme fatale, so it worked out. What happened, though, was the Adventure series, like I keep saying, the Adventure series was more mature. It was, to this date, it's the most mature Sonic series ever made. And after that's why you guys never got an Adventure 3. So, after that, they made Heroes. And after Heroes, they said, okay, well, we're going to spin in a different direction. And then they started making all those off-brand Sonic games that nobody really wanted, like Black Knight and all the other stuff, and Secret Rings, etc. But fast forward to now, now we're faced off with what you have. Now you're getting shows like Sonic Prime, where all her character designs have been stripped to its core and it's gone. Same thing even in the new Sonic Shadow game that came out. Wait, in the beginning, you won't even realize it, but a lot of things got censored in that game. From even when they go to Sonic's birthday party and they take away like they took out scenes where Amy's supposed to be like flaunting all over Sonic. They took out scenes where Shadow was actually crying after Maria's death. It's crazy, but yeah, they I don't know, man, they just babied it down. But yeah, W Video, man, like I'm glad I'm glad like someone talked about it, because yeah, like I said, if you know me, you know I hate censorship with a burning passion. But let me know your thoughts. What do you think about it? Are you guys cool with the censorship? And maybe I was reading too much into the video, or it's something that you wanted. Let me know in the comments, guys. And as always, I will talk to y'all in the next one. All right, man, I'm gone. Later.